We'll be working on the 05 Yamaha Wr450f. Going to be doing a full water pump kit rebuild. Going to put in a OEM new shaft, new washer, Boyasin, supercooler, impeller, and cover. I got new OEM seals and a new OEM bearing and a couple O-rings. And I got a new exhaust bolt and nut. And I'll take you through the steps on how to do that. Shouldn't be too much. Alright, so in order to get this side cover off and access the water pump, you're gonna have to follow the steps in the manual. You can just pause the video here. You're gonna have to start at the top, make your way to the bottom. After you get to that step, the next stage, take off the oil hose, Kickstarter, and then after that, you'll be able to take the crankcase cover right off. And there is a bunch of bolts there. And then we'll see what the water pump looks like after that's done. Should take you less than an hour. It's pretty easy. Here's all the stuff right there. Got the pipe. Let's take that cover off. All right, got all the bolts out of the side cover. You actually only need to take these top two on the clutch cover. And that's it. Let's pull this bad boy out and see what we got. Alright, looks good in there. Let's rebuild this water pump. Alright, so now that the cover's off, we're going to have to take the shaft and the impeller out before we get to the bearing and seals. So you're going to put a spanner or a wrench around that flat spot there, not the tip. And then you're going to put a 12 mil socket on the impeller and crack it loose. Make sure you got a nice grip on there. There we go. Curious to see how the seal looks in here. It's probably gonna be fucking filthy. And to take the seal out, you're just gonna take a screwdriver, flathead, get under the seal, make sure you're not too far under, and it should just plop right out. Now we're gonna flip this over. I'm gonna use a slide hammer to get this bearing out and then take the seal out. Slide hammer inside the bearing. Gonna attach the slide hammer to the slide hammer. And let's hope it pops right out. That's what we always want, right? Nice and simple, right? Let's see, come on. There we go. One more. Boom. So here are the old seals in the bearing. The bearing spins freely, but I got a new OEM one sitting in the freezer right now, so I'm going to put that in. They're definitely old. I think these could be the OEM seals from 05. You know? Look at that. Yuck. Time to put the new ones in. So now the new seals and the bearing are in the cover. It's pretty easy. The seals take a little bit of time. You just got to make sure you put them in straight and Just make sure you press the outer lip of the seal with the socket about the same size, and make sure you don't damage the case itself. And then with the bearing, I just used this just a seal, like a seal driver, bearing driver, got at Harbor Freight. I banged that down there until it was just flush with the case, and then I took a 20mm socket around the outer lip of the bearing and just hit it a couple more times just to make sure it was straight in there. So that's good. Now I'm going to take all these OEM parts. Got the OEM shaft, got the O-ring, washer, and there it is, the Boyesen Super Cooler. About to install that all right now. Got the cover back on. Let's look at the difference in the size of the fins. Just finished it up. Just put the new Boyesen water pump back in the bike. Brand new OEM seals, new OEM bearing. Put the exhaust back on, put the side panel back on, new oil, new coolant. Let's see how she runs.